For many of us, we know JJ Okocha. Many also know Nwankwo Kanu. Fantastic and great, mind-boggling, talented football players. We also know of the great writer, one of the greatest writers on earth from Africa, Chinua Achebe, who was a novelist and the author of the outstanding book, perennial bestseller, Things Fall Apart. We know also of Professor Philip Emeagwali, an inventor, also a software specialist who invented the world's fastest computer. Also Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie, she's a novelist of worldwide fame. We know of the economist Dr. Ngozi Owela. Who are these people? What is their religion? Do they honor their ancestors? Do they have totems? What's their race or tribe? Very interesting race, the Igbo people. The Igbo, a mighty but fallen people, just like other Bantus. For the pronunciation of this term Igbo, remember the politicians in Zimbabwe, Ezentrogo. That's how you pronounce Igbo. The Igbo people, are they Bantus? Or they are Israelites or Jews or Hamites? And who has given us this race identity which we boast of? This is the original Igbo land, known from ancient times. We want to look at the Igbos today and they say that like others insist that the phenomenon of Jewish is a recent phenomenon in many African tribes, and it's part of also a subtle game that is being played on us. It is used to hide our true identity and enforce the boundaries and borders of the biggest political scam ever, the Berlin Conference. Are Igbos Jews? We owe it to ourselves to be crystal clear on our identity. Many books, many movies, many scientific studies, DNA have been used to enforce the idea that the Igbos, the Tutsis, some tribes in southern Africa are of Jewish origin. Nothing can be further from the truth. But let's look at this briefly. The DNA study that was done by other groups, Messianic Jews, told the Nigerians that you are not a real Jews. And I want to say these people are thoroughly correct. There are no Africans that are Jews by race. And also this scholar or diplomat says he is sure that Igbos are descendants of Jewish origin. You can read it from this website. And these are called fake Jews, but it could be the other way around. This could be actual Jews. A DNA test confirming Khazari and Ashkenaz Jews are not the blood descendants of Hebrew Israelites. Now the terms are mixed up. Jews and Hebrew Israelites, these are different terms, because if these were Hebrew Israelites, why would you call them Jews? You call them Jews because of this word Jew that is morphed up and come up into us. You can read more from this. So Igbos are older than the Jewish race. Any intelligent learned man of history knows that the word Jew did not exist in ancient times. The question that arises is, what is a Jew, or who is a Jew? It is a word coined less than 1,000 years ago. The word is inferred to mean two tribes of Israel. But who is Israel? The Israelites are also a toddler race that came around about 1300 BCE. Great evidence about that is the Merenaptah stele, line 27, which says Israel is laid to waste, its seed is not. And the Merenaptah were black people, and the Israel spoken of here were Africans and black people who were a tribe that had come from ancient Egypt that was dwelling in Canaan, and it was dispersed, just like the African Bantu tribe was. To call an ancient person Jew and then call them Hebrew is purely an academic deception. The Christian Igbo today who is familiar with the Bible clings on to Igbo Israelite theory, deriving some identity from it, but it is fake. It is based on faith and conversion. It gives some level of superiority over other African tribes based on what the Jews current Jews in terms of their money. Many people think that the Jews are blessed, but according to the Torah, the current Jews should never have money. They should be poor, according to Leviticus 26, Deuteronomy 28. However, it is a divide and rule concept. But actually, when we accept that we are Jewish, we are slapping our oldest ancestors in their face. The Igbo do not understand the Bible because the word Jew does not exist in any original text. The etymological root for the word Hebrew as a word has African origins, since it is known in Kemet as HBR or Hebrew. To pursue this, watch our videos and read this book, The 13th Tribe. Then from it, it will be clear that no African can claim to be Jewish. The Hapiru were priest merchants or medicine men and farmers and masons and warriors who followed the Egyptian letter or god Horesu, an African power. Anything associated with the Proto-Hebrew should be of Hebrew, spelled this way, priestly clan that is linked to the Cushitic Kemetic race or group of people. The Hebrew and Bantus therefore are one, and they are of, and the Igbos fall in as Bantus. If they are Bantus, they are also ancient Egyptian civilization is theirs too to claim. It is time to disconnect from the Johnny Come Late European Khazarians who converted to Judaism, a Babylonian brand that is based on following the Zohar, the Kabbalah, and the Talmud. The Hebrew are like this. Hebrew is a phosphoric or fusion, a language which is a priestly chant that was done by priests that were in ancient Kemet. One of the greatest historians, H.G. Wells, says the Edomians or Edomites were made Jews, and Turkish people, Khaza, were mainly Jews in southern Russia. The main part of the Jewry was never in Judea and never came out of Judea. That's clear, that's correct, 100%. If you go to this other website, Catherine Achelon Research Center, and also order her book, it will clarify and clearly demonstrate that Eden in Sumer on the Niger provides archaeological, linguistic, genetic, and inscribed evidence of West African origin of mankind, language, religion, and civilization. It provides multidisciplinary evidence of the actual geographical location in West Africa of the Garden of Eden, Atlantis, and the original homeland of Sumerian people before their migration to so-called Middle East. By translating hitherto unknown pre-cuneiform inscription of the Sumerians, Catherine Achelon and Sidney Davis have uncovered thousands of years of Africa's long prehistory and evidences of West African origins of earliest pharaohs and kings of ancient Egypt, and Sumer such as Menes and Sargon the Great. This book provides answers to all lingering questions about the African cavemen, Igbos, Aish, Adamas, Adites, original guardians of human races who gave their genes to the creation of Adam or Homo sapiens, and they were teachers of the first world. These are prehistoric origins of the Igbos, but the Igbos are Bantus. That's the ancient, the original race on earth. Get this book and study it and read it. The pyramids there in the 30s and 2 and 10 Igbo pyramidal structures built of mud in Enugu. They were temples for Allah or Uto god, who was believed to reside at the top here. So you can go there and read it from this website. It's quite clear, you can't lose it. Igboland, many historians, including several university professors, think that Jews migrated from somewhere, and also they were Jewish, and also Sudan and stuff like that. That's correct as long as they are in Africa, because they were all over Africa. And they say they are indigenous or autochthonous at this Niger and Benue River at a place called Kogi State in Nigeria there. Kwararafa. These are all Bantu terms. Idoma, Kaloma, Igbo, Edo, Ife. We eat that. Rabba or Rabbi. All these are our languages. These are our people. Over 1,000 ancient Egyptian words are found in Igbo language and are still in use today. Ancient Igbo people are the ancestors of ancient Egyptians. Igbos are Bantu people, not Jews. All these words, Egyptian words, tuf, meaning to throw away, Igbo tufuyo, meaning to throw away. Aku, fire or light. Oku, that's clear. Aru, body or form, or aru, body. Ba, heart. Obi, heart. Egypt, that's Egyptian. Black soil. Ojikuput, that's Igbo, pitch black. Hike, okut, sunrise. Okute, Igbo, kanu, to wake up. All these miri, water. Musi, mose, misei, to give birth. Musi, to give birth. That's all clear. You can study all this from this website that we are indicating. So linguistically we have proved that. So the religion of the Igbos, honoring ancestors, it's African. It cannot be Jewish, because Jews, they don't honor ancestors because they call it idolatry. Do they have totems? Yes. The snake, you remember in Things Fall Apart, the guy who killed the snake and ate it, or Collie. And so also instead of the lion, they have the tiger as one of their ancestral or monarchical totems. So totemism is there in Igbos. All the totems that you find in Southern Africa are there in Igbos. What is their tribe? It's totemic tribe. A traditional Igbo Men's Day or traditional public ceremony begins with a folk prayer. That is kupira. That is what we do to talk to the living ancestors or the living dead. Next, the male of the family invites and acknowledges the presence of the dead living ancestors with the 3 ritual items: oji, kolanut, nzu, white chalk, and manyanguo palm wine, which is beer, or which is all Africa and dance and all that which we do as black people. Igbo gods and deities. Igbo traditional religion is based on the belief that there is one creator. Of course, they put God. We have a book that is demonstrated that that's European. We shouldn't use that. One creator, also called Chineke or Chuku. The word that is used for the creator in Igbo is Chi. That's the energy that you have. You have this word in many other languages today, borrowed from black people. It is reference to the individual spark of divinity. That's the divine spark we have spoken of many times, that exists within everyone. You call it the soul or the ninefold soul. That's it. The collective spirit of everyone, everything is known as Shuku, which is the whole thing that we know connected with the ancestors. You can study these 7 words WordPress there website. It gives you everything. If a child washed his hands, he could eat with kings and elders. That's what we should all do today. So also join an Afro secret society today. Look for them. They are there. In fact, what you should do, this is the leopard society that you should join. Omenala, there are other customs and traditions that you should practice. So for the Igbos, Odinan is the start of sacred sciences of nature, both inner or human nature and outer, which is the world as we know it. In essence, Omenala is what is done, and Odinan is part of the reason why it is done. So to the Bantus and specifically to the Igbos, your ancestors built many civilizations, such as the Ugwele 6000 BCE, before even Abraham was anywhere near the surface of the earth or in any book. Afikpo 3000 BCE, Nsuka 3000 BCE, Umuri, Uri or Unuri dynasties 500 BCE, Igbo Uku 900 CE, and etc. You developed sophisticated architecture such as the Nsude pyramids, which we have shown in Ajigbala, Mbari structures, etc. Igbos developed writing scripts such as Uli and Yocha writing systems, Nzibidi, Iku, and many more. The level of knowledge and scientific understanding, especially metaphysics, discoveries and practices done by the Igbo civilization is most likely beyond even your imagination. That's why you are now going for the journey come late. Now you are one. You are just an obscurity like Odumushi, taking part in pretty squabbles and living your life daily like a hard care of life. Read more of this from this website. It's a shame that we have fallen indeed. In conclusion, therefore, what the colonists and the enslaver managed to do, especially the French and the British, is that their administration, especially in their countries and in Nigeria specifically, did not just divide the tribes among themselves. Its most potent power was in dividing the mind of the individual and the consciousness of the tribe. It split a person's consciousness into separate parts so that he or she was no longer a unified entity. This is the inner meaning of the teachings of the greatest book of all time, Things Fall Apart. A book you must read as many times as twice your age. You can order it from here. You can also order it from Amazon. Chinua Achebe, the Nigerian author of Things Fall Apart, said, art is man's constant effort to create for himself a different order of reality from that which is given to him. So remove the reality of being an Israelite which was given to you. Remove the reality of you not being a Bantu. You are a Bantu. You created Egypt. You created all these civilizations. The Igbos are not Jewish, Hebrew, Israelite race, lost tribes or etc. But they are one of the most ancient Bantu tribe with ancient roots spreading all over the earth, including ancient civilizations like Hamiti, Babylonia, Amuruka, so-called America, Mohenjo-Daro, as well as in Europe. Biafra must be restored. Subscribe to Hamiti Iburu Ethics. This is Preacher Rabbi LM Tumizulu. This is our email. Thank you. Tatenta Siyabonga. Have a great life.